Well, I actually had a fairly productive November reading month, especially even after I caught COVID. So let's talk about what I read in November and talk about what I'm going to be reading in December and rounding out the year of 2022.
Thank you to my patrons for supporting the channel and making it the best it can be.
Welcome back, fantasy fans. It's Dan here with Treebeard Book Reviews, and today I'm really excited to talk about what I read in November and what I'm going to be reading in December, the final month of reading for the year. I can't believe we're in December already. Wow, what a fantastic year for me, for reading in general. It's just been so much fun, and just seeing the growth on the channel, and I'm really excited for 2023 and all the books we're going to read together. I really kind of want to stress a lot of my my more read-alongs this in the next year, because I've had so much fun doing the read-alongs on the channel, especially in the Discord. If you guys want to be a part of those read-alongs, please join the Discord. There is a link down below in the description. It's really just a lot of us talking a lot of nonsense, but I've had so much fun, and I think really the one takeaway I want to take away from this year is just how much fun I've had with this community in my Discord, and just even in booktube in general. It's been so much fun. It's been such a pleasure. And so let's talk about books, though. All right, so November I did pretty good. I got through 6 books, and I caught COVID, and I was down and out for a week. It was such a disappointment because I had read 3 books within the first 6 days of November. I'm like, oh, I'm on a roll. I'm going to crush this month. I'm going to be able to add books. And then wham, I got hit with COVID. And my house has been like a plague house. I don't know if you all have been experiencing the same thing. A lot more people catching the plague. And then just if you have little kids, I have little children, and they just seem to be bringing everything home from school, and they just keep passing it back and forth from each other. So a lot of sick people in this house this month, but still got some reading done. I haven't been reading much at the end of the month because my son and I have been playing the new Pokemon game, and we've been really enjoying that. It's his first Pokemon game, so I've really enjoyed that, watching him catch his first Pikachu in Ghastly. So it's been great. So let's get to books. I'm serious now. All right, so I'm going to list off the books. I read them in order. The first book, which was a buddy read on the channel, was The Winter King by Bernard Cornwell. There is a review on the channel. Check that review out. But holy cow, this book took me by storm. It's one of those books I kind of regret reading at the end of the year because it had such an impact on me, and it's just going to jump right to the top of my top 10 list. I'm sitting down working on that list now, like, what book will be in my top 10? And, I've read about 70 books this year so far. Not like my best reading year by any means, I had a lot of things going on this year, but 70 books is not bad. I'm pretty happy with that, so we'll see what the goals are for next year. But Winter King, read it. Fantastic book. I'm going to be reading, continuing on with this series. All right, then my other 2 scheduled buddy reads were Sourcery and Eric at Discworld Books. These have been fun. I did have a buddy read going on for them, for Novembeard, all the Wizards books, because they do have beard. I really enjoy these. I do have a review for Sourcery and Eric coming out. That will be coming out on the channel in the next few weeks. So please stay tuned for that. I plan to review all the Discworld books, so I'd love to just have a review for every Discworld book on the channel, and then eventually just go back and reread them and maybe do a re-review. So Sourcery Eric, a lot of fun, had a great time with them, and they're good Wizards books, so check those out. So the next buddy read that I did was with Jonathan over at Words and Time, and I read Jurassic Park for, I guess it's the 7th time now. Actually, same sentiments as Jonathan. Please check out his review. He did a quick review of 6 books. There will be a link in the description down to that review. But wow, Michael Crichton, love this book. I have the Folio Society edition here, where there's like 6 illustrations inside. I actually do feature this on the channel, so if you want to see everything that's in this book, I do highlight that. But what a great book. Michael Crichton, every time I read this, I catch things that I didn't catch before. Such an in-depth, fantastic sci-fi writer. Some of the characters aren't the greatest. You're kind of rooting for the dinosaurs sometimes. Crichton isn't really known for his character work, but he's known for just his kind of big science drops and, just clever storytelling. But yeah, he's not a character writer, and he kind of just ends books. So, but I do enjoy this. It is worth the read. I mean, I've read it like 7 times now, guys. So check this one out. Pick it up. And if you want to, all these buddy read channels are still open on our Discord or on my Discord. And if you want to get on that, get in on it. All right, so one of the most anticipated books of the year is The Lost Metal by Brandon Sanderson. I do have a review on the channel already for this book. did quite enjoy it. Now that it's been almost 2 weeks since I finished the book, I've kind of thought about it a bit more, where I would rank it. So I'm going to have to do a Cosmere re-ranking, but I think I'm going to have to wait until the end of 2023, just because we have a lot of Cosmere books coming out next year. Good book, pick it up. You know, I love Mistborn Era 2. I was guaranteed to like this one, so check out the review. It's spoiler-free. It might even talk you into reading the series. So let's move on to the last book I read. So the last book I read was Senlin Ascends by Josiah Bancroft. It's the first book in the Books of Babel. It's a quartet. And this one really never clicked with me. I really wanted to like it. And I know this book has, or this series has issues with the last book. I know some people were kind of disappointed with where it ends. But I was just disappointed where it began. Like, I really didn't connect with this book at all. I overall gave it a 2 stars on Goodread. I don't think I'll be doing a review on the channel for it. I just don't see myself continuing with the series. So this is going to be a series DNF for me. If you like the series, maybe comment down below and let me know like why you liked it and why I maybe should continue into the second book. I liked it, but just not enough to really kind of push me through to that second book. So Senlin Ascends, won't be continuing, won't be doing a review on the channel. Just wasn't for me. And see, I would have loved to have liked it because it's like steampunk and like... Yeah, it just didn't do it. The book I'm currently reading right now, I started it in November. I was supposed to read it in November, just never kind of got around to it. I don't know why this book got pushed back. I think some of it was due to my being sick, and just I've had a really busy month this month with work, and it's you know, in between the Thanksgiving and all the way up to New Year's. It's just a busy time, and I just couldn't fit this one in, but I'm currently reading it, so it's rolling over into December. Is Nemesis Games. 5th book in the Expanse. I love the Expanse. It's so much fun, so I really cannot wait to finish this series, but I really need to get this book done, so I'm excited to get through it. The first physical read is it's a relatively new book, and that is The Justice of Kings by Richard R. Swan. This book's piqued my interest. I've seen a few spoiler-free reviews on other bigger booktube channels, and I think this book just sounds good. It sounds like a fantasy detective book, which sounds great to me. It's the first book in the series, The Empire of the Wolf, and it's I think it was one of the fantasy debuts for Richard Swan, so excited to read it. We'll see where it goes. I'll let you know. The next book is Babel by R.F. Kuang. So I actually haven't read any of R.F. Kuang's books. I don't think the Poppy War series will be a series for me. Based on just, you know, some of the channels I watch as well, and the reviews I've seen, and just the general kind of, you know, what I've heard about the books. I don't think I'll like it, so I'm not going to pick it up. But this will be a first R.F. Kuang book for me. I've seen some good reviews for this one, and I kind of just want to check it out for myself and form my own opinion. So those are my physical reads for the month of December. I'm hoping to get through them all, you know, with Nemesis Games, Justice of Kings, and Babel. I think there's some great books in there. I might call an audible and throw in another book. And like one thing I do want to announce is that I'm going to be going to North Carolina in December 12th, to see Christopher Rocchio for his release of Ashes of Man. So I'm super excited to go that. My wife and I are going down to Raleigh. We're coming from Canada down there to see Christopher and be there for the release of his book. And I am super excited. I cannot wait to be there and see the debut of Ashes of Man. I have read it. There is a spoiler-free review on my channel. Please check it out. Sun Eater is one of my favorite series of all time. And it just keeps getting better and better. So if you live in Raleigh and you watch the channel, you know, stop by at Quail Ridge Books, and I'll be there on the 13th. All right, so I want to talk about my audiobook reads from the month of December, and these have me the most excited because I've already started them. I already started them like at the end of November, and I just wanted to dive into this series, and that is Enemy of God by Bernard Cornwell, the second book in the Warlord Chronicles. Holy cow. This series just keeps getting better and better. Like, I thought Winter King ended on such a great note, and I'm like, where is he going to take it? And he's just taking it to the next level in Enemy of God. I would say I'm about 40% through the book. Absolutely loving it. I'm going to be doing a buddy read. This is a buddy read, continuing buddy read on the channel. I, will be doing a full spoiler-filled review of Enemy of God on the channel. I really want to just talk about it and get all my thoughts out there. If you haven't read this series, guys, pick it up. The Warlord Chronicle, Winter King, Bernard Cornwell, absolutely fantastic. So then continuing on is I'm going to be finishing this series. So I'm going to be reading Excalibur also in December. Yeah, it's if this book, if he sticks to the landing with this series, this could be one of my favorite series of all time. You know, definitely some of my favorite books I've read this year. And Jonathan Keeble just does such a fantastic audiobook narration that it really is just transformative of this work, and it is better. It's better for his narration, and I think you would have a hard time not enjoying it. Winter King is slow in the first the first part, but after that it just gets infused with rocket fuel, and you are flying on your way. And the world that Bernard Cornwell is crafting is so immersive, so deep that I absolutely adore it. So those are my 2 audiobooks. I got one more audiobook. This is Potential on there. I'm going to try and get to it. I think I want to make this more of like a tradition. I'm going to talk about that book now. Alright, so my tradition book that I want to probably do every year is Hogfather. I love this book. I actually really just want to listen to the new audiobook version that have come out by Penguin Random House. And I read this last year. I did a review with a talk actually with Bookish Chaz and Derry. Derry is like the local, or the local, I guess the global, like Discworld guru. She's fantastic. Absolutely love her channel. Same with Chaz. He's so great. And I really enjoyed this book. I cannot wait to read it again. It's you know, I would have liked to have added a new Discworld book, one I haven't read, for the month of December, but you kind of got to go with Old Faithful. Pick up a book that just gives you those comfort vibes, gets you ready for Christmas. And nothing got me ready for Christmas like Hogfather did last year. So, guys, that is it. These are all the books I'm going to be reading in December. That'll be rounding out the year, and then we'll be starting with a bang in 2023. I'll be coming out with a 2023 TBR projections. There's a few things we've been banding about on the Discord. If you want to be part of those discussions on the Discord, join the link down below. Get in on the Discord, and you can see what I'm reading for all of 2023. But that's it, guys. You know, let me know what you're reading for 2023, and also let me know what you're reading in the month of December. So we'll see you in the next one, and have a great one. Cheers.